What up, YouTube? Back at it again. We're looking at TheWho. I was requested to check out. I got quite a few of them actually from the same person. By the way, best way to get me is on Patreon. That's where requests like this come from. Dude, I don't know if I could name you any TheWho songs. I bet you if you played some stuff for me, I could be like, oh yeah. All right. Um, but honestly, I think it's just a tad before my time. Weirdly, I know bands from drummers. Keith Moon, right? Um, because I grew up playing the drums, so I always associate, like you tell me a group, Tool, The Who, like I'm always gonna think drummer first, weirdly. But do me a favor, go support The Who. Adultery, right? Is the lead. Um, yeah, no, I think I'm a little I'm not familiar with music. I couldn't tell you tracks. I couldn't tell you songs. Right now we're looking at We Got Fooled Again from Shepperton Studios in '78. I was not born for quite a minute in 1978. So let's get it going. Yeah, I know. I think just Roger Daltrey and Keith Moon, right? Um, but that's all I got. This one, I've got lyrics pulled up. That's another thing I got. Love to have you here as well. Make sure you go support. By the way, go like, go subscribe, please. If this comes back with words on it, I don't know what my deal with copyright's going to be on this. I might have to cover it. I might have to wait 30 days. Today is January the 7th, so if this shows up on February the 7th, you know why. And love to have you here as well. Please like, comment, make sure you're subscribed. If you want me to check anything out by The Who or anybody, really, drop it in the comments, or better yet, jump over to Patreon, say what's up. Let's go. That's not gonna work. Looks like he came out with passion too. Let's get some sound here. Dude, this is fantastic, actually. I was trying to figure out what Keith was doing in the background for a second. Dude, first of all, showmanship. Just the way that they're kind of it's just this lackluster. I mean, it's indicative of the times. It almost sounds kind of anti-war initially. Hold on, we'll be fighting the streets with our children at our feet, and the morals of the worship be gone. The men who spurred us sit in the judgment of the wrong. And you got to be aware of, like, this is late 70s, right? So probably written mid to late. If this is a live performance, this might have been written early to mid 70s. And if you just think about like uh, your sort of your landscape at those times, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, we'll keep it going here. I'm gonna keep reading. All right, so that verse is pretty telling there. It's starting off with, I'll tip my hat to the new Constitution, take a bow for the new revolution. I got it. All right, I see where we're going. I'm sorry, the guitars, the bass on this is wild. Pete Townsend, bassist John Entwistle. Okay, so that's John. I'm assuming that we got Pete on the right, to go along with Roger, and then obviously Keith. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to know who was doing what so I gave proper credit.
The world looks just the same, and history ain't changed. 'Cause the banners they all flown in the last war. I tip my hat to the new Constitution, take a bow for the new revolution. Starting with change all around, pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday, and I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. No, 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 no.
Dude, the bass on this is so good. It's tasty good. The song is like, it's got these like anti sort of revolution. It's like an anthem song to like sort of it's in somewhat of like a a push back at repetition kind of. We don't get fooled again, right? We're in this endless cycle. We talk about the banners in the last war. We're talking about like basically like it doesn't matter what day and time it is. We're still repeating what we've done. So nothing's gonna change. Just be if we might have a new leader in power, but and this is just kind of reading through the lyrics, but it's literally the same thing day to day, regardless of who's kind of pulling the strings and pulling the triggers. It's that machine, that we're talking about. Let me sorry, now that I'm in lyrics, it's just like this, yeah, this cycle of power. And just realizing just, the evolution of that is basically just a cycle on repeat, right? Um what's around listening? Um Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like when you talk about like pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. It's almost like being accepting of the status quo, and then like you're touching on like disillusionment. And then I mean, back in this time, you could talk about like, I mean, this is directly after like the late '60s, 68, 68 Woodstock. Like you have this whole movement of like anti-political, anti-war, I mean, there's a lot of but it's almost this counterbalance of like you're kind of the same as these guys. It's sort of just this, this upheaval and uprooting of it doesn't matter, pick your side. You're still going to be in the same cycle tomorrow. So it's almost like kind of being dismissive of of kind of a way of looking at, sort of both sides. If I'm reading this right, I could be completely wrong. That's kind of how, just looking at the time that this was created. Anyways, we're not even halfway. Oh my God, it's 9 minutes. Let's keep it rocking. Let's go. I'm guessing that Pete, I'm assuming that's Pete, right? And Roger both had a hand in writing this, maybe, or at least they each have. It looks like almost equal parts in vocals. I'm new to the Who. They're probably not new to you, but Dude, he's a robot, man. The bass don't quit on this song, man. I love it.
There's nothing in the street looks any different to me, and the slogans are replaced by the fire, and the parting on the left is now parting on the right, and the fields are no longer overnight. I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Goodbye for the new revolution. Starting free, change all now. Pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. And I'll get on my knees to play. We don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. No, 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 no. Don't get fooled again.
Dude, these guys are showmen. You know, and don't kill me for saying this. Like, I love this era where, like, when you have like, especially like in your classic rock era, especially around this time, a lot of your songs are about messaging first and foremost, and energy and showmanship when you're performing live. And I don't know. I mean, he'd probably be the first to tell you he might not be the best, just straight up vocalist, you know, singing wise, but there's a style to that, right? To make it energetic, you could bring a lot more just from like a passion standpoint and an energy standpoint. And it is very indicative, that sound of this time. It's kind of just the energy and the delivery. No, I'm not saying he's a bad singer. He's a great singer. I'm just saying, like, the first things that I notice are just stage presence and energy that these guys are bringing. Just the way they move around and stuff like this it's amazing. I love this. Case in point. I see. This is what we miss in music nowadays. You're about to get into like a guitar solo that's backed by just this like immersive sort of just drum. It's mostly, it was tom heavy for a second there, but just it has feeling to it, man. Yes. This is so cool. I was not expecting this. For everybody in the crowd that might be on a little something something, brought a little of your favorite substance with you. Holy shit. Dude, I've never seen a kit set up like that. I've seen a lot of kits. That's really interesting. That's a lot of toms. And they're all like very similar type floor toms. Yo, what a shot. All right. I think I found my I'm sorry, I'm gonna clip this. This is fantastic. Yeah, this is oh damn it. I can get rid of that. This is coming with me. I'm gonna put this in my wallet and on my luggage tag. They're like, who is this? Zach. No, no, who is this? No, Zach. No, who is it? You see what I did there? It's not that funny.
Meet the new boss. Oh, same as the old boss.
Yo! Dude, these dudes could put on a show. Look at this. I didn't even notice he has a whole ass gong back there. We're just ruining instruments, just throwing guitars around and shit. That's amazing. I love that shit, man. I totally got away and stopped listening to the lyrics and just started watching the show. That's what happens with live performances. You got to pay attention to the show. Let me read the rest of these lyrics here. I think they got kind of repetitive, which is fine. That's kind of how 9-minute songs work. You're gonna repeat yourself. Uh, yeah, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. You can end it right there with that last line. Um, we don't get fooled again. Don't get me fooled again. Smile and grin and change all around. Pick up my guitar and play just like yesterday. Yeah, we're talking about the same kind of reaction to the repetition of pretty much everything around you. No matter what you're doing, just pretty much you're not doing anything. You can be on this side, you can be on this side, but honestly, are you really doing anything to manipulate either side? I'm just gonna shut my mouth, play my guitar, and watch this cycle happen over and over and over again. It's kind of what I got from that. um, but 1971 release, that makes sense. Um, and this was live when? Um, 78. All right, so they had performed this many times. 8 years prior. Um, amazing. I love it. If you guys want me to check out any more Who, definitely know them down below. Let me know down below. I'm working on 20 minutes here, so we're gonna cut this off. Go like, go subscribe. I hope that I don't get hit with copyright. We'll see you in a second. Love to have you here as well. If you could like, comment, make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. We'll catch you on the next.